This is today's topic is part 2. As you have seen in the first topic that we have a video that I've shared a day before, previously yesterday. The topic of the yesterday was case study of Sri Lanka and Belgium. Now coming to the next topic, that is majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. I would like to suggest some facts about this before we are starting this. Coming to the topic, that Sri Lanka, as in the earlier video we have talked about that in Sri Lanka 74% people were single speaking and 18% were speakers who speak Tamil language. So in this we can see that singly speakers were in majority, and it was a fair chance for them to put their majority over the Tamilians, and they can emerge as a majority, and they can do whatever they want with the Tamilians. Now this is what happened in Sri Lanka, and we are now coming to the topic that is majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Friends, as you all know, India got independence in 1947, but just after one year, Sri Lanka got its independence in 1948, and just after the independence, there were elected government, democratically elected government adopted majoritarianism measures to establish Singhali supremacy. Although they were elected by all, but they implemented their single supremacy over all of the population, and in this regard they declared a Singhali language in 1956 as their official language, and the government policies favored Singhalese for government jobs and university positions. In 1956, an act was passed to recognize Singhali as the only official language, and thus they disregard Tamilians. Now Tamilians feel alienated in the society because all the government policies favored only Singhalese, only single language. They only prefer those who speak singles in government jobs and university positions, and you can feel that if such a system is prevail in society, what happened to those who are in minority? So Tamilians here were in minority and singles were in majority. So they feel alienated and they feel depressed. Gradually it happened like that, that Sri Lankan Tamilians, they feel alienated in the society, and they started feeling like that they were discriminated by the constitution and the government policies. This creates a kind of resentment. This creates a kind of strain in the society. The relations between the Singhal and Tamilians started getting strained. And all these government policies, all these government measures which is coming one after another, gradually increase the feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamils. They felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Singhals leader was sensitive to their culture and their language. That's why they felt that the constitution and government policies denied them equal political rights, discriminated against them in getting jobs and other opportunities, and ignored their interest. As a result, the relations between the Singhals and Tamils, they started getting tense, they are getting strained over time, and this resulted in the mass dissatisfaction when the Singhalese, they started launching their parties and they started struggles for regional autonomy and the equality of opportunity in securing education and jobs. But their demand was repeatedly denied. Singhalese repeatedly denied their demand, and they were not want to get what Tamilians want in Sri Lanka. By 1980s, several political organizations were formed demanding an Tamil Eelam state. Tamil Eelam, the problem between the Sinhala and Tamils gets so much on that larger scale that they started demanding for their own nation, which they will call that Tamil Eelam, and this created a chaos in Sri Lanka. The distrust between the two communities turned widespread conflict between the two societies, Sinhalese and Tamils, and this created a civil war. As a result of people of both the communities have been killed, many families were forced to leave Sri Lanka, and this was a great setback to the nation. So, in summary of all this, I would like to tell you, when power is not shared equally among the different ethnic groups of a country, of a nation, this can create a civil war. This can create a chaos to the country, and it is really a great setback to the nation, a great setback to the democracy.